Hello student, Hemant sir is here again. So we have started our chapter called water and conservation of water. Okay, and it is the natural resources, and it is very important that we already understood that. So today we are going to discuss about the uses of water. So what are the uses of water? As we already discussed that our body contain more than 70% of water only, and the life is possible due to the water only. Is it? There are other factors also responsible to have life, but the water is one of the most important component of the life. Okay, so we are using water for the drinking purpose. It is nothing but the domestic purpose for the drinking, for the washing clothes, for cooking, and for the daily activity. Okay, all these are nothing but the domestic use of water. Then water is also used in agriculture for the irrigation, for rice, for wheat, for gram, or any other like crop. If we are producing in the crop field, then it requires water, the plenty of water. Okay, so it is the agriculture. Now, most of the industries, they totally depend on the water only, like power generation plant. Okay, so their water is being used in order to rotate the turbine with the help of steam. Okay, so in industries like iron industries, in different industries, water is being used. Okay, so let's discuss about the use of water in detail. So let me share the slide first. Okay, so this is the slide contain your notes beta. Okay, you have to take a screenshot after the class and just write it down on your notebook. Okay, so we will discuss each point one by one. So now we are going to discuss the use of water in detail. So water molecule is made up of three atoms, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. We have already gone through that. Okay, they have imbalanced structure, and this makes them to stick and attract different substance towards it. Okay, its chemical substance, it is nothing but a chemical substance which is tasteless, means there is no taste, odorless means there is no smell, and colorless means there is no color. That means it is the transparent chemical substance. It is chemically represented as H2O. So H2O is the representation of water molecule. Okay. It is mostly used for making the fertilizer. Okay. Like most of the fertilizer chemicals, they are being used by using the water only. Okay. Not only the water, but other chemical also. But the base, the solvent they are using is the water. The boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. It is 100 degree Celsius, and melting point of ice. Okay, it is a solid form of water is 0 degree Celsius. These are the very important points that you have to remember all the time. In the process of sweating, digestion, breathing, body loses water content. Okay, if there is no sufficient amount of water is present in the body, then this called as beta dehydrolysis. Okay, and dehydrolysis is fatal sometimes. Means the person can be dead anytime if sufficient amount of water is not present there. Okay, therefore it is very important to drink plenty of water to keep it hydrated. That's why we had to use like drink plenty of water in order to maintain the dehydration or hydration of the body. So let's discuss some other uses of water. Okay, so again I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that, and after class that you have to write it down. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the list of use of water. Okay, so water is stored in various parts of the world, but not evenly distributed all over the earth. Okay, water is like present on the earth, but it is not distributed all over the earth. It is said to be a universal solvent because most of the substance they are going to dissolve in water. That's why water is called as a universal solvent. It can dissolve anything. Okay. Various sources of water are sea, okay, the ocean, lake, rain, well, stream, okay, borehole. This is nothing but the tube well and pond. Okay, so these are all the various sources of water. It is used for washing, drinking, generating electricity, etc. Okay, so water is used in for washing purpose, drinking purpose, and generating electricity also. Okay, so below are the different uses of water in various fields. Okay, so first we have the domestic use of water, then we have water used for agriculture, and last but not the least, industrial use of water. Okay, so domestic means we are using in day-to-day life. It's called as domestic. If it is used in the crop field, then it is called as agriculture. Okay, use of water in agriculture and industrial use of water. So, like most of the industries, they totally depend on the water only. Okay, so these are the 3 points that we will discuss one by one. So now let's discuss first about the domestic use of water. Okay, so first point we have the domestic use of water. So 15% of the water is consumed for domestic purpose. Okay, water is used for drinking, breathing, cooking, and cooking food, and the sweetening dish, clothes, fruits, vegetables, and brushings. Okay, so these all are required water. Okay, or the water is their base. Okay, so let's discuss again. I want everyone had to take a screenshot for that. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the use of water in agriculture. Okay, so as we know, agriculture is the largest consume, we can say the largest consume water. Okay, among all the activities. Okay, agriculture require more water. About 70% of water is used for irrigation. So whatever the fresh water like sources we have, out of which only 70% of water is used for irrigation only. Okay, so water is necessary for agri gardening, farming, fishing, etc. Okay, so plant require water to growth, or any other organism they require water for their growth. Okay, during the process of photosynthesis, they consume water to yield the crop, fruit, flower, vegetables. Okay, they need sufficient water. Mean, most of the organism they require organism or plant, whether they are plant or animal, they require sufficient amount of water, manure, sunlight, and oxygen for the proper growth of the plant. Okay, so this is all about the use of water in agriculture. Okay, so last but not the least, and which is the industrial use of water. It is either used in creating or to cool the equipments used for the creating the products. Okay, so it is generally used for, okay, like what happens generally, the industrial use of water is nothing but the use of water in various industries, maybe for like washing, cooling, processing, okay, for transporting, diluting, or fabricating, okay, for a product is nothing but the use of industrial water. See, here it is given industrial water is used for washing, cooling, processing, transporting, and transporting and diluting any material, okay, or fabricating the product. The maximum amount of water is used in the production of chemical, paper, and the food. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the other uses of water. So it is used in transportation, manufacturing, hydroelectric power, removal of the body waste, and tourism and recreation. These are all the point they explains us about the importance of use of water. Okay, so as you can see in diagram, they are the different industries they uses or they releases carbon dioxide as a waste product. Okay, so student, this is the end of our today's session. It is nothing but industrial use of water. So you had to take a screenshot for each part and just do write it down on your notes beta. Okay, it is going to help you a lot in order to understand your chapter. Okay, so student, आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं next video में. So again, one more message to you: if you are watching the video properly, then just do reply yes sir, I have attended the class. Okay, yeah. So do like and subscribe the channel.